Welcome, everybody, to Graham Recreational Park. A little bit of overcast out today, but nonetheless, still a pretty tolerable day for some softball. It's game 2 of doubleheader as the Rams come off a pretty saddening loss in the first game, 11-1. Miligan scoring a lot late in that one, especially in the 6th and 7th innings. So, right now we are getting ready to start where Miligan University is at bat, and they're now at the top of the first inning. Jones, second baseman in Jones, coming up to start off the top of the first inning in the second game of this doubleheader today between Bluefield University and Miligan University, both formerly colleges. Bluefield becoming a university this year, Miligan a couple years ago becoming a university, as that goes a little high for ball number 1. 1-0 the count. It's top of the first. Here we go. That one a little close to the head. Ball 2. Here's a pitch. And right across for strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike, top of the first. Ethan Stinson, Jackson Bast with you on the call. Swung on, right field, and is she safe? She will be safe. Jones coming in at first. Now, coming up next, Alvarado, the shortstop, still in the left-handed box. Wild pitch. And now Jones is at second. Runner on second. And the ball goes high. Ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Runner on second, top of the first. Here's a pitch from Taylor. And a bunt and a catch. Clean out. Caught that time by number 7, Lacey Williams.
Now, Ethan, I believe that is usually the catcher in Christina Sanchez.
Christina Sanchez donning the number 7 today. Thanks for the correction.
But this is something we don't usually get to see her outside the mask. She usually plays a lot behind the plate. But
swung on, throws to first, and another out.
But, you know, there were a little couple mistakes that really plagued Bluefield in the infield in last game. So I think a change of personnel could be a good pace.
I think so, too, as there's 2 outs on the board, top of the first inning. Bluefield defense really getting a handle, but we do have a runner on third threatening to come home. And wild pitch. Can the play be at home? She slides in, and the call is safe. Jackson, sorry, you have to take off your headphones like that. But
we're getting a little excited for the opponent.
Hannah Taylor is against Hannah Taylor? Wow, yes. Hannah Taylor. I wonder if their middle names are the same. Probably not.
Well, but their first names actually aren't even spelled the same.
But yet said the same. Hannah Taylor coming up to the batter's box for Miligan, and Hannah Taylor is going to be pitching. That just sounds weird, but here we go. And that one goes foul to the dugout. The right-handed batter's box, Taylor. Hannah Taylor in the Miligan team. Here we go. And that one right down main for strike number 1. The count runs 1-1 and 1-0. Your score, Miligan in the lead after Jones came home from third on a great wild pitch play for Miligan. And swung on past a pitcher, center field, throw it in, and she's safe at first. Hannah Taylor Miligan University's Hannah Taylor at first base. Coming up next, Pendleton. Pendleton, the first baseman, coming in now for Miligan University. Here we go. Ball a little bit high. Buffaloes currently in the lead, 1-0. 2 outs on the board. Top of the first. No, and a runner's on first. Here's the next one. A little bit lopsided. Brings it to ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. 1-0 the score, top of the first. Here's the next one. And it looks like that one's also going to be swinging slightly outside of the zone. Well, I can't say swinging, but you know what I mean, throwing. 3-0 the count. And ball 4, take the base. First base on balls of the afternoon. Forces Taylor at second and Pendleton going to first. So now occupant on first and second.
Now, Ethan, what I think is going to be really important is that the Rams are able to hold the Buffalo to 1 score.
That one going down in the dirt for ball 1, but you're exactly right, Jackson. You know, they like to, especially in that last sort of gig, to, you know, load up the bases and then see what could be created from there. As that one swung on and caught. And that gives you 3 outs on the board. So when we come back, we will have the bottom of the first here for you on the Rams Digital Sports Network, where the score is 1-0 Buffaloes. All right, it is 1-0 Buffaloes here. I'm sorry for the scoreboard discrepancy there, but it is 1-0 Buffaloes right here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Bluefield coming in after losing the first game of the doubleheader by 10 runs. And hopefully they are able to hold off here as they now come to the offense, where we now come to the top of the lineup. Claudia Santana, the center fielder for Bluefield. This is their opportunity to get some points on the board, or get some runs, rather. Here comes the first pitch. Right down the middle, strike 1. Pitch coming in from Merritt. I believe this is her first appearance at the Circle this afternoon. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe this is her first appearance in the doubleheader. Here you go. Going outside for ball 1.
Yeah, Ethan, I think, like I said earlier, the Rams need to capitalize on kind of being able to keep putting on runs during the duration of the game. What really caught them is that they were comfortable with only that 1-0 score.
Swung on. Dropped. And Claudia Santana, now a base runner.
I know that some of us just heard Hannah Cummings saying she's too fast, but that really has to come when Claudia Santana is one of the fastest base runners. She can get from point A to point B. Doesn't even have to take a straight line, but she'll beat you.
Chloe Hicks up to bat now. Here's the next one from Merritt. And that one going low for ball number 1. 1-0 the count. Santana at first. the easy way for me to remember the pitcher's name is I have an English professor named Merritt, as that one goes foul. Shout out to Rob Merritt.
Shout out to Professor Merritt, I guess. So,
1 ball, 1 strike on the board. Us sportscasters think of sometimes of quirky ways to remember rosters, especially when studying for this game. Here's the next one. Looks like trying to threaten, but looks like Santana is still on the bag. Ball 2, so that's 2-1. 1-0 Buffaloes, top of the first. Hicks is on the batter's box. Here's the next dish. Swing and a miss. Called foul. 2-2. The count evens up. I'm sorry. I heard some very creative cheering down below. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Oh boy, the crew up here has good camaraderie. The count remains 2-2. It's top of the first. 1-0 is the score. Buffalo's in the lead. Bluefield at bat, and that time it chops foul to the third base line.
almost takes off the head of Coach Allen, who's in her third base coach and in her first season as the head coach of the Bluefield Rams. And
yes, inaugural season. Used to be the assistant coach last year. And that one also going foul. Bottom of the first. 1-0 the score. Two apiece in terms of the count. 1-0 score. Here's the next pitch. And that one going into the abyss. Another foul ball. Count remains 2-2. Bottom of the first inning. Hicks up to bat. Runner on first in Santana. Sanchez is on deck, though. Here's the next one. That one swerving off to the left-handed box, loading it up the count. 3-2. Full count. 1-0 is the score. Buffalo's in the lead. Bottom of the first. Here's his next pitch. Swung on. And that one also going foul. Umpire takes a minute to clean off the plate. 3-2 the count. 1-0 the score. Miligan in the lead. Sanchez on first, or Santana, check it. Bottom of the first inning. Sanchez is on deck. Swung on, caught, and a double play.
No, Ethan, I think they just got the out over at second. Kind of flirted with throwing it over to first to try to get Hicks out, but they're going to keep it over at second. Going to get one out.
Thanks for keeping me straight. I'm a little bit anticipatory on these types of things. But, yes, one out on the board after Santana gets out at second. Flirted with first, but it looks like Chloe Hicks did make it safe to first. So, Christina Sanchez now up to bat. Here comes the one from Merritt. Grounder, first base. Is she going to get it? Yes, she will not. Brings out number 2. Out number 2 as Kenzie Lambert comes up now for the next at bat. Okay. Here's the next pitch. That one on the outside, ball 1. 2 outs. Sanchez on second. Lambert on the box, or in the box, rather. Here's the next one. Swung on, fair territory, throws to first, and it is a third out. So with that, we'll be back in just a little bit with the top of the second on the Rams Digital Sports Network, where your score remains 1-0 Buffaloes. Welcome back to Graham Recreational Park. It's the Rams Digital Sports Network. It's top of the second. The score 1-0 Buffaloes. And Bailey Cantrell from Miligan coming up now for the next at-bat. Rams were unsuccessful in getting their run on the board that they needed to tie it, but it's still early on. Still anybody's game. Just to recap, Rams lost last game 11-1 against Miligan. Here's the first pitch as the ball goes high. 1-0 the count. 1-0 is the count. Here's the next one. Swung on, left field, and it's almost out of there, but not before she gets to second base. A base hit double on the day for Cantrell. Runner on second. 1-0 the score. Top of the second. McCoy Hensley up next to bat for Miligan. A little bit off track. It was right in the right horizontal, or not so right horizontally, but a little bit good vertically. Work for both of those axioms. As that one almost, well, it does hit the backstop. Thank God it's wire. 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs. Runner on second. 1-0 the score, 1-0 the count. Here's a 1-0. Looks like that was a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Top of the second. Swung, but foul. Count remains 1-2. Hensley. Ball high. That evens up the count now, 2-2. Top of the second, 1-0 the score. And the count now runs full. Top of the second, 1-0 Buffaloes. And they are up to bat looking to score more. Runner on second. Here's the next one. And ball goes high, and another base on balls walk for the afternoon for McCoy Hensley. The DP, Alexis Brown, comes up for Miligan now. Runners on first and second, trying to load up the bases again. Ball goes high this time, 1-0 the count. Top of the second. Cantrell on second, Hensley on first. Brown up to bat. Veered off a little bit past the plate, making it ball 2. Up in the count a little bit, 2-0. Runners on first and second, 1-0 the score. And that one veers off again, the same spot. 3-0. If Jackson, I hope you're noticing, but it seems like those balls tend to come a little bit outward towards the left-handed box. And finally, yes, one across the plate, 3-1. Top of the second. And ball 4, forcing again to second and third respectively. Bases are loaded off of 2 bases on balls. Hannah Taylor. Here's the next pitch. Down in the dirt this time, trying to readjust to a left-handed batter here. That batter being Merritt. And ball swung on. Is it going to get caught? It gets caught. Yes. But not before a run in. Score is now 2-0. Miligan University. 1 out on the board off of that catch. Getting the grab this time for the Rams in the 9 position was Madison Blankenship. Grounder out to third base in the outfield. Another run comes in. Makes a score 3-0 Miligan early on in the second inning. 1 out on the board. Lambert giving some encouragement as she goes back to her post. Jones back up and down for strike. Correction, that's Cronin. As it passes the hands of first baseman, and another run coming in. Four, nothing, the score. 1 out on the board. Runners on second and third after another score coming in. Hannah Taylor is pitching to Hannah Taylor. Here's the next pitch. Little high for ball 1. Top of the second. 1 out on the board. Runners on second and third. More strategy needing careful attention and focus. Swung on. Short. Throws to first. And gets out number 2. But not before again running home for a 5-0 lead for the Buffaloes. Coming up to bat now, Pendleton. Taylor gets set, clasps, and throws. Down the middle, strike 1. We got a runner now on third in Cronin. Hope I'm saying that right. Here's the next one. Swung on, and it goes almost out. Looks like she's going to make it a double on the day for Pendleton. Griffith coming up next. Looks like Santana's going to be switching places
with Lacey Williams.
with Williams. Just a little minor substitution, but let's see how that works out. Because, Jackson, I think a lot of those plays, Santana can grab them. And I think a lot of those plays that almost go out are in left field. So maybe that's why they're trying to strategize here.
I would 100% agree with that statement.
So with them switching places, center field and left field, let's see how we do this. Here's the next batter. Goes down in the dirt for ball one. 6-0 the score. Buffalo's in the lead. Top of the second. 2 outs on the board. Runners this time on only second. And a ball. 2-0. 2 outs. 6-0 Milligan. Top of the second. Griffith in the box. Down Main Street for strike number 1. 2 balls, 1 strike is this count. And ball goes foul that time. Evens it up, 2-2 and 2 outs. Deuces are wild here. Deuces wild at Graham Rec Park. Runner on second. It's top of the second. Here's the next pitch. Breaking ball goes a little bit high, actually a lot high, that they had to get up and catch it. Makes count full all across the board. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here's the next pitch. And swung on. Is it going to go out? Can Santana grab it? And it's out of the park for a 2 RBI home run on the day. 2 RBI homer on the day for number 26, Griffith, making a score 8-0 early on in the top of the second inning. 2 outs. Milligan celebrating with her teammates over there. Bluefield trying to strategize a little bit. Cantrell. And I believe Pendleton, even though Taylor's technically the cleanup hitter, I think Pendleton did a good job cleaning up there. Cantrell coming up. And it's high for ball 1. Hannah Taylor still on the circle. Bases are empty after a 2 RBI homer from Pendleton, bringing herself and another home. Ball goes high again, 2-0.
Yeah, the Buffalo were just kind of itching for a home run, kept getting in deep left field. And
the Buffaloes, that's their sweet spot. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good.
Okay. Whoa! Yeah, I thought for a second. I sometimes forget this is wire. It about hit the computer as it was on the backstop. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. 8-0 the score. Buffalo's in the lead. And another ball. 2 balls, 1 strike, and 2 outs on the board. Cantrell up to bat. Bases empty. Top of the second. Down in the dirt. And that's ball 4. Take your base, as they say. Hensley now coming up to bat. Swung on, center field. And that's going to be out of the park once again. Another 2 RBI homer. This time going for Hensley. Brings the score now 10-0 early on in this contest. A circle visit may be in store. Who knows? Two outs on the board, 10-0. 10-0, top of the second. Looks like Coach Allen is conferring with the umpire. And it looks like we are out of game balls as well, thanks to my in-ear Taylor Nunn. We appreciate her today. Just to recap, top of the second, there's 2 outs on the board, nobody on. Nothing the score. Buffaloes in the lead. But technically, isn't that like the plural of buffalo? The bison, maybe? I don't know.
No. But no, it's not a fantastic start for the Rams, so it'll show a lot to their character, what they can kind of put together, because now they're in a spot that if they move this way and don't score any, they'll be in danger of getting late into this game. So it'll take a lot of heart.
And yeah, and there's a lot of catching up to do because, as we have said in previous broadcasts, it only takes 8-run leads by the end of the 5th inning to mercy rule. So I hope that is not the case here, as they're continuing to be in timeout.
I think you kind of need them out visit at a time like this.
Yes,
you've just given up. What was it? 8 runs in the top of the 2nd inning, and you're down 10-0. So you need to really make some decisions, and you got to talk to your pitcher. You got to talk to the rest of their players. Hey, we can't be making certain mistakes. We've made a lot of errors, but
lots of errors.
They're much better than they played right now.
Absolutely, and right now 10-0. I mean, reminiscent of the last contest, it was just 11-1, but that's because Bluefield. Tell me, Jackson, what made Bluefield so spectacular in the first game that sort of held them to that 1-1 tie?
Well, teams were just extremely defensively savvy. They weren't allowing a lot of runs to be scored. They minimized a lot of the mistakes, but Miligan is a tough team to try to do that for 7 innings. You have to be able to put points on the board. So we weren't hitting super well, and it ended up catching up to us when Miligan finally found that little sweet spot, and they gathered those 10 runs to end up beating us 11-1 in that first game.
Yeah, and like I said, Jackson, it's a very tried and true ball club in Miligan. Always been a tough in-conference opponent for Bluefield. Bluefield only winning 1 out of the several times that they have met.
Yep, they have played, as of today, this will be number 14, and their only win coming on March 29th of 2017.
2017. I remember that year distinctly, going into the theaters to see the movie It.
That was really random, Ethan.
Well, sometimes just I associate different things by stuff I've done over the years.
Yeah, I was a freshman in high school in 2017. March of 2017.
March 2017, yes. As now Brown comes up and play resumes. Nobody on. Right down the middle for strike 1. That's the spirit for Hannah Taylor.
I think the Rams right now, they need to get that final out, and if they need to make any big personnel changes, they can do that in between the inning.
Swung on in the hole. It looks like she's going to make it, yes. All right. 2 outs on the board. Clean single for Brown. Merritt coming up now to check that. That's Jones in the left-handed batter's box. Had to get out of the way of that one. Ball 1. Two outs. Runner on first. 1-0 the count. And it pops foul. Going behind the Miligan dugout. 1 apiece. 1 ball, 1 strike, and 2 outs. Top of the second, Miligan in the lead, 10-0. Runner on first. Here's Miligan again. Jones goes foul again, goes over the fence. About the same place that it was before. Down on the count, 1-2, 2 outs.
Yeah, Sanchez had been really eager to try to get one of those over-the-fence grabs, but just a little out of her reach.
Swung on and going foul again, and the count remains 1-2. But, yeah, you made a point, Jackson, though. correct me if I'm wrong, but I think I remember in baseball, whether it was last year or this year, I think a lot of over-the-fence grabs happened at first with first baseman Taylor Moe.
They've happened quite a few times. You don't see as much as a third baseman in baseball. There's a little bit of
Swung on, and it looks like that one's not out of the park, but it's still quite a long ways to go. And another, and called safe at home. Coming in home there, number 24 for the Buffaloes in Brown. Now there's a runner at third. A triple, an RBI triple for number 14, Jones. Alvarado, excuse me.
April Alvarado was that one run. She did fantastic on the base path, stealing just about everything that came to her.
And it goes in the dirt, 1-0 the count, 2 outs on the board, 11-0 the score. And goes up a little bit, ball 2, 11-0 the score. Miligan up by 11 runs. 10 of them scored in the top of the second. 2 outs. Swung on, throw to first, and finally a close to the top of the second inning. So when we come back, we will have the bottom of the second here on the Rams Digital Sports Network where the score is 11-0 Miligan. Bottom of the second, Brooke Rowe starting us off here in the bottom of the second for the Rams. Brooke Rowe getting her practice swings in. And she makes her way into the batter's box, the right-handed box that is. 11-0 the score. Bottom of the second. Rams looking to score here as they get their opportunity to. Brooke Rowe in the box. Merritt still in the circle. Here we go. Big swing and a miss. Strike number 1. No balls, 1 strike. Here's the next pitch. Swung, foul ball. Brings a count. No balls, 2 strikes. Down in the count here, Brooke Rowe on the mound. Here's the next one from Merritt. Swing and a miss, strikeout. Frontwards K in the books for striking out while swinging. 1 out on the board. Up next to bat is Hannah Taylor. That one going down low for ball 1. Here's the 1-0, and that one's going to go veering off again. 2 balls, no strikes. 11-0 the score. Miligan in the lead right now. They are in the circle. 1 out on the board. Here it is, 2-0. Popper throws to first, and an out. A routine 6-3. Two outs on the board for the Rams. Here's the next batter up in Lacey Williams. Ball goes foul tip. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Bottom of the second, 11-0 Miligan. Here's the next one. Swung and foul into the abyss behind us here. No balls, 2 strikes, down in the count once again. 2 outs on the board. Williams up to bat, the now center fielder. And that's a strike 3. Batter is out. So when we come back, with 3 outs, we back for the top of the third here on the Rams Digital Sports Network, where the score is 11-0 Buffaloes. Cronin is up to bat now. Top of the third inning. Left-handed box. 11-0 the score. Miligan in the lead. Swung on. Goes out to the outfield. With a runner now on first. On a single for the day. Hannah Taylor coming up. Hannah Taylor pitching to Hannah Taylor. Blue Hannah Taylor pitches, and white Hannah Taylor throws. Steps on second, overthrows at first. Can't do the double play there. Almost a double play. Almost got 2 outs on the board, but an out stands at second for Cronin. Taylor making it safe to first. But a little bit of throwing mistakes could have prevented her from getting on base. And that one goes foul. Next batter up is Pendleton. No balls, 1 strike. 1 out on the board. Top of the third. Here's the next pitch. Wild pitch. Now assuming second base is Hannah Taylor. The white Hannah Taylor, that is. Blue Hannah Taylor on the circle. One out on the board. 1-1. And It goes, and it's out of the park. Home run. 2 RBI homer. Number 11, bringing numbers 11 and 12 home. Pendleton and Taylor come home. Makes a score 13-0. One out on the board. Circle visit is in store for Hannah Taylor, Bluefield.
And it looks like we're going to have a new pitcher in Lacey Williams. So
Lacey Williams is getting her starting pitches in, so we'll take a little break.
Do you want to take a break, or you want to thank some of our sponsors?
Well, yes, let's thank some of our sponsors. Chick-fil-A Mercer Mall, serving delicious chicken. You got to check them out, as the cow says, eat more chicken. Mercer Mall, serving you salads, serving you good fries. You got to try their Polynesian sauce as well. It's all awesome. Chick-fil-A sauce. Their sandwiches are good. You got to check them out. And then also we have GigaBeam Networks, who's faster than regular old DSL. You got to also try them out. High-speed internet, one of our generous sponsors in GigaBeam Networks.
Yeah, Slope Construction, since 1984, Slope Construction has led the way in innovative commercial construction solutions for West Virginia and Virginia. Slope Construction, a proud sponsor of Bluefield University Athletics. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, but it looks like play is about to resume.
Yes, it is. 13-0 the score for Miligan. Number 26 coming up to bat in Griffith. Lacey Williams on the circle for today. Nobody on. Williams looks, and here's our first pitch, and it's a ball. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out on the board. Swung on, scooped by Santana. That was so good. She literally had to roll down and grab, and the play stands as an out. 2 outs on the board. Bailey Cantrell up to bat now. 2 outs on the board, top of the third. Nobody on. Here's Williams, dusting it off, clasping, and throwing. That one rolling behind her for ball number 1. Here's the next pitch. And a strike. Check swing did not hold up. 1-1, 2 outs. 13-0 Miligan. Top of the third. And swung foul, this time to the hill to our left. Down in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the next pitch. And a strike 3. Batter is out. So with that, we will take a break, and when we come back, we will have the bottom of the third here on the Rams Digital Sports Network, where the score is Miligan 13, Bluefield 0. Welcome back here to the Rams Digital Sports Network. It's bottom of the third inning, and Caitlin Gable is getting ready to come to the box. Bottom of the third. The score right now as it stands is 13-0 Milligan Buffaloes. Jackson, what can Bluefield do right now since it's their at-bat? You know, what have you been seeing in terms of what they could improve upon?
Honestly, the easiest thing to say is they just got to bat well.
They
haven't been doing so well in the box, and I think that's going to be their big hero. I mean, how do you score runs, Ethan?
Well, of course you got to bat it, but I think
you just got to bat.
I think they also have to get past this tough defense, and I think Bluefield's defense today has been showing some a lot of errors as well. If that's fair to say, I mean it's 13-0.
Yeah, I mean you don't get to a big score like that without having a couple errors, not especially a couple plays not go your way. I know there were one or two calls that didn't go our way, but that still doesn't really make up for the 13-0.
Count runs 1-0 as now Gable is in the box. Big swing and a miss for strike number one. Bottom of the third. One ball, two strikes. A second ago, that was a ball. All right. And that ball going foul, so the count remains 1-2 down in the count. Merritt gets the ball back, steps back into the circle. 1-2 is the count. 13-0 is the score. Milligan Buffaloes on top. Gable in the box. Here's the next pitch. A big swing and a miss and a frontwards K for a strikeout. And that will be out number one. Hannah Cummings coming in now. They're cheering for Hannah as she taps the plate and gets the bat ready. Merritt comes forward. Big swing and a miss for strike one.
Oh, you have to cheer for Hannah Cummings. Hannah Cummings is the hype man of the team.
Oh, absolutely. Hannah Cummings is the one who starts all those cheers. And, you know, it's very good because we never get to hear it in baseball, but softball, very collegial atmosphere. That's what I like about the sport. Here's the next one. And a big swing and a miss for strike number two. Merritt giving no runs up on the day as of yet. No balls, two strikes, one out. It's bottom of the third. And that one pops up and caught. That brings us to out number two. Claudia Santana back up to the top of the lineup. 2 outs on the board. 13-0 the score. Milligan in the lead. Bottom of the third. Here's the next one. And the ball goes foul past the first base line. Two outs. Bottom of the third. 13-0 Milligan. Claudia Santana, the left fielder. And grounder, throws to first. And 3 up and 3 down. As we will now go to the top of the fourth inning here on the Rams Digital Sports Network, where the score remains Milligan 13, Bluefield 0. Looks like we got Stephanie Steele going to be starting off the top of the fourth inning for the Miligan Buffaloes. And I'd say probably the plural of buffalo is buffalo, so as that one goes down for ball number one. Top of the fourth, the score 13-0 Miligan, and they are at bat right now. Ball high. 1 ball, no strikes. 2 balls, no strikes, rather. Williams on the circle for now. And that one clean down the middle for strike 1. And yet another strike. Williams trying to find her rhythm, and that's impressive. 2-2. 13-0 the score. Miligan. Bluefield behind by 13. Top of the fourth, and strike 3. That batter is out. Strikeout this time while swinging. Hope you're following along in your scorebooks at home. Now number 00 coming up. Number 00 being Brianna Sandifer. One out on the board. 13-0 is the score for the Buffalo. Bottom of the fourth, or top of the fourth. Number 00 in Brianna Sandifer getting her practice swings in. She enters into the batter's box, the right-handed batter's box. One out on the board, nobody on. Williams looks and throws. Swung on, outfield. And overthrowing a little bit, running to second. And that is an out for Bluefield. Yes. There. That was a close call at second base. But the second baseman got her out. And that one rolling down. Big swing and a miss. Strike 1. 1-1 the count. Swung on. Passing. And that's a good single on the day. 2 outs on the board. A strike, clean down. No balls, 1 strike. And a swing and a miss again, strike 2. Williams is finding a rhythm now. No balls, 2 strikes. Here's the next pitch. Swung on. Is it going to get grabbed by Santana? And it does. Well, nobody got a run that time. So we'll be back bottom of the fourth inning here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. The score 13-0 Buffalo. Chloe Hicks to start off the bottom of the 4th inning. Wiping off the plate. Chloe Hicks assumes the position in the box. 13-0 Miligan, and they are at the circle right now in Merritt. Merritt comes forward. And a strike down the middle. No balls, 1 strike, and no outs. Bottom of the 4th. Sanchez on deck. And swung on. Short, throws to first, and an out. One out on the board. Christina Sanchez coming up. 1 out on the board, bottom of the 4th. Sanchez gets in the box, the right-handed box. Here's the next pitch. Swung on. Throws over to first, and another out. 2 outs on the board. 13-0 the score. Miligan in the lead. Kenzie Lambert coming up now. Here's the next one. And swung on. Pitcher throws to first, and 3 up, 3 down. We'll be back for the top of the 5th inning here on the Rams Digital Sports Network, where the score remains 13-0 Buffalo. Cronin coming in now, top of the 5th inning here on the Rams Digital Sports Network, and a strike. Here's the next pitch from that one this time. 0-2 the count from a foul ball. Top of the 5th, just a general reminder that if a team is up by 8 or more points by the end of the 5th inning, the game is a mercy rule. So if Bluefield needs at least 6 runs in the bottom half of this inning to keep the game going. 1-2. And it goes foul. Count remains down, 1-2. Top of the 5th, 13-0 the score, Miligan. That one rolling a little bit. Count remains 1-2. And again, going to the hill over there for another foul ball. Here's the next pitch. And we're now evened up. 3 balls, 2 strikes, full count. We're in a full count situation. Swung on, Looks like she's going to get on base to a single. Cronin on first base, making way for the next batter. Coming up next. That one's outside for ball one. Number 30 coming in Wheatley York. Runner on first, top of the fifth. And a wild pitch gives Cronin the boost to second base. York gets in position. Here's the next one. Big swing and a miss for strike one. Runner on second, top of the fifth. Rams trail by 13. Have yet to score in the game. Here's the next one. And that time hitting the backstop brings it 2 balls and 2 strikes, evening up the count. And goes on the outside for ball 3. Full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the next one. And Popper, and the catcher catches it. For out number 1. 1 out on the board. Pendleton now up to bat for Buffalo. McAllister's, correction. She will be coming in now for the Buffalo. And high for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. 1 out on the board. Top of the fifth. Rams trail by 13. Runner on second. And ball goes down for ball 2. Runner on second. Bottom of the fifth. Or top of the fifth, rather. Big swing and a miss, though. Strike 1. Here's the next pitch. That ball this time going foul. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out. Top of the fifth. Milligan's up by 13. Rams have yet to score. And a swing and a miss. Ruled a foul. Count remains 2-2. Here's the next pitch. And another foul ball. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Swung on. Runners now on the corners. Everybody's safe. Runners on the corners. Top of the fifth. 1 now on the board. 13-0 is the score. One out. As they resume play. Number 8, Aaron Fogarty. Fogarty. Yes, they had it misprinted on here. No relation to John Fogarty, who we had heard earlier on with center field. Here's the next person. Pitch. And strike one, down the middle. No balls, one strike, one out. Top of the fifth. And that one going lopsided for ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. 13-0 Milligan. Big swing and a miss. Down to the count now. 1-2 with 1 out. Here's the next pitch. And going into the Bluefield dugout. Brings the count 1-2. Still. Down the middle. Strike 3 while looking. Backwards K in the books. 2 outs now on the board. York now coming up. Hadley York. That's strike 1 across the plate. Here comes the 0-1. Down in the dirt. Ball 1. Here's the next pitch. And inside, but still a strike. 1-2 the count. 2 outs on the board. Swung on, grounder, scoops up, throws to first, and out number 3, so the run does not score. So that's out number 3. So when we come back, we'll have the bottom of the 5th inning here for you on the Rams Digital Sports Network where the score 13-0. Here comes the next set of play. It's bottom of the 5th inning here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Rams currently trail by 13, and in order not to mercy rule this thing, they have to get at least 6 runs on the board in the bottom of the 5th inning. So Jackson, it's a very crucial time here for the Rams. What would you have to say to them? Just like you've been saying before, I guess. Just bat
honestly,
the ball.
You just got to bat. They have been slacking a little bit in the box, and if they really want to be able to prevent a mercy ruling and be able to get this game into their favor, they got to score that 5. They score that, I guess,
7.
6 runs.
A 6, yeah, 6 to make it less than 8. All right, so throw to first, easy routine. Second throw to first for the out. 4-3 play there. Out the gate. Brings 1 out on the board. Hannah Taylor now up to bat. Merritt throws. And that's going to be strike 1. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Bottom of the 5th. Here's the next one. And down in the corner for ball 1. 1-1, 1 out. right down the center for strike number 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, down in the count. Hannah Taylor up. And that's going to be strike 3, and the batter's out. So now that's 2 outs on the board. 1 more out, and this game is over. Lacey Williams now up to bat. Grounder, bobbled, throws to first, and an out. And that is the end of the game, ladies and gentlemen. From the mercy rule, we now end the game today where the the Milligan Buffalo win this. They win this 13-0 in the second game and 11-1 in the first game. So they win the deuce today. And Jackson, any final thoughts?
Just because Mr. Bob Red let me know that this was a no-hitter for the pitcher, which is a very impressive feat in and of itself. But, you know, there's a lot to learn from today. You're going to end up taking a couple of losses like this in your career. It's just how you come back from it, and we're going to see them on Thursday when they take on St. Andrews in that doubleheader. And I'm excited to see what kind of changes they're going to be able to make. You can only go up from here.
And like I said, you know, even though Milligan's not our team that we broadcast, like you said, it is a very it's a rare feat to have a no-hitter game for a pitcher, and that pitcher being Merritt. So we thank everybody for tuning in. We thank Bob Red for the stats and analysis and his job as doing the stats for us today. And we also thank our scorekeepers and our scoreboard operators, just everyone that made this game possible. And we thank all of our sponsors. So one last time from Graham Recreational Park, the final score 13-0, and taking home the deuce is Milligan. We'll be back Thursday here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Take it easy. Take it easy, Rams fans.